I don't care. Whatever.
Oh, we are back. We are live, and we are with a friend. I am Joe Dove, the host of the Captain's Quadrant, and my co-host is Jason Roy Gaston, who is once again transmitting from an undisclosed location.
It may or may not be the Romulan neutral zone. I have no comment.
Oh, okay, very well. And with us today is a very special guest, Matthew Kaplowitz from Trek Untold. Welcome, Matthew, to the Captain's Quadrant.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Jason. Thank you guys for having me today.
I had no say in the matter, but it's good that you're here.
This is a Joeocracy here.
It is.
It's not no. You're my co-host.
We also call it a dictatorship.
No. That's not what this is. Come on, man. Don't embarrass me in front of the guests. We're here to talk about Lower Decks, as you saw by the thumbnail. We're very excited to get into all things Star Trek, especially Lower Decks, because it's so much fun. And I know with those of you who watched it, you guys had a lot of fun. So, we're going to get into all things Star Trek. Let us hop into this episode summary. And it's a quick one. And I'll read it because I know it's so close for you, Jason. You're already like up on the screen. I know.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Drop that thing. Do it.
Oh, my man.
All right. You doubt me.
No, I don't doubt you.
How dare you?
No, never.
Power has gone to your head.
No, I have no power. I'm just kind of here. Oh, let's pull up that beautiful bean footage.
Any day now would be nice.
It's loading. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
now we're here to talk about Lower Decks episode
loading.
And
there we go.
The hedonistic outlook of a Betazoid delegation infects the crew.
Very good synopsis. Very good reading.
Yes.
And let us go into First Contact.
Thanks.
So this is the segment of the show, since this is your first time here with us, Matt, where we give our really quick overview of the episode and what we thought of it quickly. So I'm going to start with Jason so he can beautifully give you an example, and then we'll go to you.
So my overview is I thought that this was a very low stakes but very slice of life episode. I enjoyed it immensely because it has my brand new favorite character in Star Trek, and that is T'Lyn, who is just amazing, funny without even trying. I loved it. I will save the rest of it for later, but yes, it was great.
All right, Matthew.
this was a really cool T'Lyn-centric episode. Really finally fleshed out her backstory, which we've been waiting to hear a little bit more about. And for me, I will admit, it might have been a little simplistic at times with where the story started and where it ended. Might have been a little too obvious at moments also, but it was still a fun ride. And it's always a good time seeing Betazoids running around doing their crazy things. There's a lot of really, really great moments in this. And yay, Lower Decks. More Lower Decks is always good.
Lower Decks!
That was perfect timing, Jason. And we didn't even practice that. That just worked out.
That was.
We're like, maybe we're telepathically communicating. Is that what it is?
Read my mind.
No, not that.
Whatever you do, don't read mine.
I thought.
Oh, God.
I warned you. I warned you.
Oh.
That's for OnlyFans.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm back. I'm strangely into it. Sorry.
There we go. I thought this was a lot of fun. The backstory was amazing, but there was a little teeny tiny cool thing that I loved, and that was the callback to when Roxana Troy was going through this in Next Generation, and it's the 36th anniversary of Next Generation. So happy birthday, Star Trek TNG! And what a way to celebrate 36 years of Star Trek TNG, and reminding me that I'm older than a TV show that doesn't age well. So woohoo! All right, so let's hop into the pros and cons.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
All right, so we'll start off with Matthew. Matthew's like, why did I agree to come on the show? No.
I ask
love
that
that.
every week.
Come on, guy. So go ahead, Matthew. Tell us your pros and cons of the episode.
I think I'll start backwards here, and I'll start cons. I said in my little quick synopsis, I kind of felt like it was a little too oversimplistic in this one. While there was the subplot, the B plot of Boimler hanging out with the security team, it felt like so far removed. And yes, with Lower Decks, everything gets tied together at the end. But this one felt just like really kind of far and away for a while, and it felt very neglected throughout the episode. And the story itself, it was like, it's only a 22-minute show essentially. And this even felt kind of sparse at moments. It kind of still felt like maybe there could have been more to it. So little simple, missing a bits here and there, I guess. But pros, we're seeing everybody wilding out. I loved a lot of the little Easter eggs that were popping up in this one. And more T'Lyn is always good. I mean, I wasn't sure if I was really on board with T'Lyn as a character, to be honest, when season first began. But she's really grown on me, and this one, I think, cemented me into really liking this character a whole lot more and accepting her as now being part of this crew, hopefully for more than just this season. So yeah, for the most part, a lot of good laughs. I enjoyed watching the replicators go to hell, and there's lots of
beat up by a bird. Jason, your pros and cons.
Well, my pros, of course, is that I think that more happened in this 22 minutes than we've seen in an hour-long Star Trek series in a very long time. So the pacing was magnificent. Dr. Ta'ana was hysterical, the way she just completely lost it and was going to go eat the Betazoids.
Yes.
I honestly was, at first I was like, well, the Cations used to hunt and eat the Betazoids, and then I was like, okay, I accept it now, it's fine. I loved that they are humanizing the senior officers of the Cerritos this year. We got this wonderful arc with Ransom investing his time into making sure that Mariner can be the best that she can be. And now we're seeing this wonderful new side to Shax, which we've known he's been more than just a big meathead for a while now. But the fact that he has made it his mission to not only protect the crew's bodies, but also to protect the crew's mental health as well is such a great message. And it just brings this new side to Shax that just makes him this big, lovable teddy bear. And I thought that not only was that a pleasant, wholesome surprise, but it's a wonderful message as well that your mental health is important. And somebody like Shax, who will kick your ass in 2 seconds if you pull a phaser on his bridge, and will, torpedo you into oblivion if you blink at him wrong, also understands the value of good mental health. And so that's my biggest pro this week, despite the fact that I actually did love this episode. Shax and mental health awareness. Great. Great job, Lower Decks. T'Lyn, as I said, is hilarious. I love the interplay between the three, I almost called them Bajorans, between the three Betazoids. It was a bit predictable. That is my con. I really thought that some of the crew's shenanigans were kind of Animal Housey and a little bit, beneath them. This was basically Lower Decks' version of The Naked Time and The Naked Now, which is fine. It was fun. It was a little bit juvenile, but it was fun. And the backstory on T'Lyn, I thought was great. And I do like the fact that they're making Freeman a somewhat competent officer again, because there for a while I was getting worried. But there we go. That's it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah. I agree and concur. I had a lot of fun, and I really appreciate the cameos. The young woman from Saturday Night Live, unfortunately, I can't remember her name, and the woman, if you guys remember her name, she was not Amy Poehler, but
are you talking about the Betazoids?
Yeah, the Betazoids. There were three.
So it was Janelle Javis,
Right.
Rachel Dratch, and Wendy Malick.
There we go. Perfect.
Oh, fun. I had no idea.
Yeah, I recognized the voices right away. I was like, oh,
that's awesome
for the show. And then I didn't, because I was making the synopsis that took forever.
That's amazing. The Debbie Downer. Debbie Downer is a Betazoid. Yeah.
Debbie Downer. That's what she was like. What is she doing?
Yeah, it's so weird.
What'd you say, Matt? It's still weird. What?
it's just so weird hearing Rachel Dratch like doing Star Trek, because like she's, especially in the last few years, she started doing a lot more voiceover work, and
Yeah.
she has a voice that's just so recognizable.
Right.
Like Debbie Downer, it's a sort of voice that she has. It's bizarre, just like hearing that in a Star Trek show. It almost
Yeah.
doesn't belong.
Yeah.
I'm a little picky about my voices, and Rachel Dratch is one of those voices that is just so particular. And Wendy Malick, you could say the same thing about. Wendy Malick really only does one voice, and that's her voice.
Right.
But it still has a lot more range to it than Rachel Dratch quite often.
But I thought you did a fantastic job, and they were badass. They had like batons that were electrocuted. I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!"
Yeah, lipstick batons.
Yeah, lipstick batons. They're electronic lipstick batons. It was awesome.
Perfect Betazoid weapon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was fantastic. Yeah, I especially love the little Romulan cameo. Oh, they didn't come to the neutral zone. Oh.
Let us go to Sector 4. We will lurk there.
Yeah. And I love that the beta said, as Ernesto calls them, MILFs, and what's up, everybody? I want to say hi to Geek Filter, Ernesto, of course, Cosmic Mom. What up, Mom? And
Cosmic Mom is like, she's moderating the chat right now.
Yeah, I saw that. And Val's, by the way, hey, what up? What up, though? So yeah, they were badass. They actually had some information on the mysterious spaceship that's going around obliterating other ships. We hadn't seen that. We missed it greatly, and it was quite amazing to know that the Betazoids had some of the deets, because usually they just kind of diplomats and mediators, but having that aspect of, hey, we're going to be spies and badass too, was like, oh, okay, maybe they could throw down with the Tal Shiar. That's
Betazoid spies would be the best spies in the world, or best spies in the universe, if you ask me.
Because they could read your mind.
Yeah, all they have to do is just get within a few meters of the president and be like, "Nah, we know everything. Let's go."
Yeah, okay. All right, we're done here. Gotta go. Where you going? We haven't had pie yet. But I also really enjoyed the whole banter between the three Betazoids and the captain and the first officer, because the amount of hijinks that were happening. Oh yeah, she's hot, and just things going back and forth, and the utter destruction of the confidence from the first officer, because she kind of turned it on. Oh yeah, the hard to get ones are more fun. Oh, I can play hard to get. Now I'm done with you. It was like great comedy. I enjoyed every minute. I really enjoyed.
If only Picard had been into it, Lou Oksana would have left him alone.
Yeah, that's what it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Poor Jean-Luc. Having her be the barmaid, hilarious. And of course, when we solved the big mystery of what was causing everything, I thought was a great pro, and kind of discovered by T'Lyn herself.
It's a great screenshot.
Yeah. So lots of fun there. The very, very minor cons for me would be the unfortunate unreturn of Moopsie. I think that's something that they should run with a little bit more.
I don't think we're going to see Moopsie again. Not for a long time. Makes me sad.
I think there's a lot of love on the internet for Moopsie, and I think we're going to get a very positive.
Maybe next season.
Maybe next season, because I don't think they anticipated this response from the internets. And I think that's something that they would cash in on, because I mean, Murph got a whole new life once people realized how cute it was and how beloved it became. So they cashed in on that pretty quickly. The other con for me was the B plot. I thought I know you loved it, and I thought it was interesting, but a little bit more time was spent in it, because they had the ship being taken over and the entire security crew was like in a cubby hidden somewhere. They totally missed the whole thing. It was like, you're not securing anything, guys. Like, your ship is gone.
What Jason said about that is totally true. Like, it is a great thing that they explain with it, that they showed off about mental health, but yeah, it really did need a little more to it.
Yeah. That's obvious. I mean, even in the classic 80s movies, when the security guard like had to go to the bathroom, like I can't Terminator 2, which I think it was actually in the 90s, but when he comes in, he's like, Gibbons, you can't leave the desk like that, and then he's all tied up in the bathroom. Kind of reminded me of that. It's like they're totally oblivious, off somewhere else, not realizing that they're in danger.
Although I do love the Worf slam poetry, though. That was pretty amazing.
That was unexpected.
Yes, and I also was a big fan of Keishan doing the Naruto run when it was time to go into action.
Yes. I was about to mention that. That was fun.
Wow. Naruto. I thought she was pretty amazing when she was fighting. She didn't even use her hands. She just like
Oh yeah, that was
that was
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And
Hey,
the
you
other
know what?
Hmm.
Gripe all you want about the security team being in a closet or whatever. When they got the job done, they got the
Yeah.
job done.
Yeah, that's totally true. They really handled the business once they found out that the business was needed to be handled. So that was amazing. But how raunchy did it get in 10 forward when everybody got down to their skivvies and just started going crazy? I thought that was a lot of fun. But at the same time, I feel like they've done that before. So is it like kind of going back to something that you've already done, or is it admissible?
I think it's just normal lower decks humor now. It's going to
Yeah.
always be that kind of lowbrow stuff, and it will repeat. The
Mm.
difference
Yeah.
is, if you watch something like Rick and Morty, they always have different settings and different aliens doing the exact same things that are going to be similar.
Mm.
But in the case of lower decks, it's going to always be on the ship. So there's not really a lot of diversity as far as like where they can take these things or how to just make it look different.
Yeah. Well, there was what was it? The hump dungeon last week?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean they're finding ways to keep that joke going week to week. So it's gonna be curious to see where it ends up next week. And then the wrap up was just Lynn just oh, I'm good. You've made me realize what my problem was. So we're all good here. It was just
It
kind
was because she was neglecting her mental health.
yes. We go back to mental health. That's very true. But it was an interesting thing to notice that she was the cause of all of it and the solution to everything. And it was weird that it wasn't more to do with the Betazoid. So that was kind of a weird thing for me. But let us move on because we have a lot of friends and we're going to fire at will.
Fire at will.
That maniacal laugh is always a hoot. We're going to go through the comments really quick and then we're going to talk about short treks. So first of all, we said our hellos to most folks, but let's get into some of the stuff that was said. So that totally screws with the canon that was set out in the RPG. And I believe they are talking about the
Vacations eating the
the
Betazoids?
Betazoids, yeah.
Okay.
And then my mom admits that she's going through Vulcan menopause. And
We've all been there. We're all gals of a certain age. It's fine.
yeah, she's the same age as to Lynn. So
Cosmic Mom looks great for 62.
Thank you. Let's see. We have the other plan is to eject the warp core.
Please let me eject the warp core. I have been very good.
I mean, Talyn basically ejected her mental health warp core in this
Yeah.
one,
Yes,
right?
she did.
So that is
Cleared
She
her
did.
body of the warp core.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Let's see. Oh, yes, the collective Romulan sighs. They were like,
Aww.
oh, yeah, that was pretty awesome. Earth women need electric lipsticks. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Everybody should get an electric lipstick. That's a lot of fun. Geek Filter says next season I think it's pretty much locked down. Yeah, that we're gonna get more Moopsy. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's going to be like Moopsy will be the new character who joins next year.
Yeah, I think
They'll discover Moopsy has got sentience, and Moopsy becomes like I don't know. Moopsy would be a great nurse for Tiana, I think.
Yeah. And then she's like eating some of the patients. What? You said it was dead. Yeah.
Well, Moopsy can eat the bones, and Tiana can eat the Betazoids.
Oh boy. Ernesto, if Peanut Hamper make a comeback, Smoopsy will too. That's a good point. Because isn't that
I like Moopsy a lot better than Peanut Hamper.
Yeah, but isn't Peanut Hamper part of your theory that
Peanut Hamper and Agamus and Badgie?
Right.
I think that all three of our artificial intelligences are on board the mysterious alien ship.
Do you have any theories, Matt, for the mysterious alien ship before we go to the rest of the comments?
I'm pretty much agreeing with that.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, that's been my theory as well. It's going to be those guys all joining up. The only other thought I had about it was I've seen some discourse trying to figure out what the ship design is based on, and I don't remember who said it, but I know I remember like looking at it and thinking like this thing looks familiar as far as Star Trek lore goes, but I can't put my finger on it. And then someone on some of the many social medias that are out there posted it looks kind of like the Terran pain device. That
Oh,
was
the
on earlier.
agonizer.
Yeah. Which
So
is
I don't.
our other show you guys should check out called The Agony Booth.
What a segue.
Yeah. These things work out so well. Let's see. Am I the only one that got all Arya Stark vibes?
I guess from the
From
the
the
dodging
movie.
fight.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
she did do that. Yeah. They did it in season 1. That's the big orgy thing. And
Oh yeah, ew, yeah.
yeah.
Remember, yeah.
Sean Ferrick knows all about that pose. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's very good at it too.
Yes,
Well
he
done,
is.
Sean. Yeah, well done,
That
Sean.
does not come from a place of hate. That comes from a place of sheer admiration.
Yeah, because if I could split like that, man, my life
Absolutely
would be different. Yeah, I'm so jealous of you, Sean.
I can split like the Enterprise D.
Yeah, exactly. They do have a holodeck. Oh man, imagine the type of craziness they'll get into the holodeck.
I bet the holodeck filters were nasty after this episode.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got our good buddy Gig Filter says no, lockdown means no changes. If they are planned to bring Moopsie back, they will. Animation can't just adjust for fan reaction. Oh,
That's why if they did, that's why you'd get the one cell that says I must go back to my planet, and then doot, 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 doot.
Yeah. Oh, so we might not get another Moopsie till like 6th season or maybe in some other verse. Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
With my luck, Moopsie will work here. So my Cosmic Mom is in a assisted living home. So yeah, that would be a fun way to clear out the place. Make room for new beds. Send in Moopsie. Moopsie.
Yeah. Moopsie, how you look cute. Can I pet you?
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
It's petting me. It's petting me. It does look like an agonizer. Yeah. So there's something to that theory as well. Gonna be a lot of fun. And our homie Commander Jace, how are you, sir? I'm late because I have been trying to buy the Enterprise jigsaw puzzle. A fun episode. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they had a jigsaw puzzle. I heard a rumor that they may be releasing the Enterprise G.
I want it.
Believe Trek Untold, Matt.
I want it.
Is that what you were saying not too long ago?
I think, unless I'm mistaken, I think Tomy, they're doing their very big line of very expensive Star Trek ships, and I think the G is one of them.
Yeah,
I want it.
But it's going to cost you basically the price of a house to get one, so it's probably not. They're going to be very expensive because they're going to be very big, lots of electronics. I don't remember the exact price, but we are talking 4 figures.
4 figures? Oh God. Well, I'd rather get you to Trek Long Island than buy that, Jace. That's what matters.
You sure? It's a pretty awesome ship.
He wants it. So yeah, we got Ernesto says it looks like Mirror Universe Agonizer. And then everybody loves the Agony Booth. Yeah.
It is a lot of fun and painful at the same time.
It is. Yeah. It's everything, pain and pleasure. It's just like Hellraiser. Geek Filter, but it also disrupts power like the Well Probe, which is in the intro this year. That was your early.
That was my earlier guess. Which who knows? Maybe they've entered into an unholy alliance with the whale people, whatever you call them, the Sations, not the Sations, the Citations. There we go.
Citations.
Free Willians.
Free Williams.
Well said. There's some more from Ernesto. We got Jack Quaid did a live in Chicago last year.
Did it live in Chicago? Did what live?
The Split.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Split.
Wow.
I'd pay money to see that.
Oh, okay. There's got to be video of that online.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Google it.
Well, wait till after the show, please.
I'm already started. Sorry.
Too late.
Oh my.
Oh my. Geek Filter again. Make sure you buy some Lower Decks physical media. It shows on the old school CEOs that people like the show and we do not want another Prodigy.
In that we don't want to happen to Lower Decks what they did to Prodigy, yeah. I'm assuming. Because I know Geek Filter loves Prodigy like all of us do.
Yeah, I believe.
Make sure you buy those Prodigy DVDs as well.
Yeah,
It's not dead anymore.
I've already got my second set of Prodigy DVDs, Blu-rays ordered. So as soon as that second half of the season hits, I'm getting it.
What do you buy it on like the Jeff
Amazon.
Bezos? Yeah, the
No,
Jeff
Amazon.
Bezos.
Yeah, the evil Walmart, evil online Walmart. Yes.
Where people can buy your book, though, right? Is that what?
Yes, they can.
Yes,
So I'm not going to badmouth it too much.
No, you can't. I can't. I got to pull back because you're my homie. So I always want you to succeed.
Of course, if you buy it on Lulu, I get a bigger cut. Just saying.
Okay, so buy it on Lulu.
Yeah, buy it on Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu. Q hurt so good. So that's Jack
so good.
And then he will send you the pics because apparently he was there.
All right, please do.
All right, well, let's hop into this week's episode of Short Treks Holograms all the way down. This was actually good.
Compared to the Booger episode, this was fantastic.
This is masterpiece theater. This is
yes
up there with I, Claudius, man. There's a Roman epic compared to the other ones.
If this is the high point in these short treks, yikes! Yeah.
Oh man, I'm assuming that we're gonna get some more goodies for the last couple.
I think we got one more after this, according to the
more?
schedule. Just one more. Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Unless there's more episodes that I don't know about, they've only got one more scheduled.
Oh boy. Well, this is definitely the high point of the series.
I think I actually liked Holiday Party better, but I really enjoyed this one. It was just pure nostalgia, and I loved it.
Wow.
Nostalgia and stupid. Plus, the most unexpected cameo, considering Paramount Plus's shenanigans, is we got the Prodigy crew showing up, which was just like, wow, they actually acknowledge that they exist.
Yeah. They showed up. We got a whole lot of them really quick, but it was weird because it kind of looked like something.
It was cutouts,
right?
Yeah, it was cutouts, but it was fine. Yeah. It was fine.
I get the feeling it wasn't meant to be that way.
Oh,
personally, because I feel like, yes, they're spoofing the Filmation style animation, which was very overly simplistic, but the way they did it here, that was more like South Park style. It's stylistically, it's so different. I feel like it probably was meant to have been animated, either taking the actual CG characters, taking the CG models and having them doing them stuff, or maybe they're going to something else. But I don't think it was intended to be with them in those uniforms because it just looks so extra odd, so anachronistic. It just doesn't belong.
It really did. It almost seems like it was a placeholder special effect until they got whatever done that they wanted to get done. But I don't care. We saw the Prodigy crew, and Paramount hasn't completely killed them.
Yes,
it's gonna be sad. That's their last appearance that we get on the.
It is gonna be so. I will be so angry. I will be so angry.
It's gonna be a Christmas gift because since the writer's strike is over, and if they can end the actor's strike by paying people what they're worth and what they deserve, we'll be shocked. And then all of a sudden, you know what? We're so happy. We're going to put Prodigy back on. Yay! Yeah. So at least that's what I'm hoping for.
I hope so too. I'm hoping that Paramount just kind of goes, oh, wait, we're out of content. We got that Prodigy show. Let's just put that back on.
Yeah, everybody loves it. I do love all the little cameos this week. We had Hemmer again, voiced by our friend Bruce Horick. We had the lovely Saru return quickly. And
I also, hold on. This answers the question from the very first episode when Saru shows up in his 32nd century uniform in the 22nd century. It's because they reused the animation from this one.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's the reason.
There it is. It all makes sense now. That's hilarious. And then the cameo that we least expected that wrapped it all up. And I did love, and I want to say a special shout out to Connor Trenier, who was Trip, who got to live a little bit longer, live and let die. And he got his just desserts this week because they had a nod at the next gen and final episode of Star Trek Enterprise with that terrible, which was an Agony Booth episode, I believe, too.
It was, and it was agony.
It was agony.
That's one of the few episodes that's made me physically angry.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of poetic justice. And then everybody's favorite alien showed up at the very, very end. Neelix.
Yay, I love that little hedgehog. We respect Neelix in this house. He was an absolute jewel of a being, and we love him.
Yeah. So lots of fun had by all. And we got some more comments. So Ernesto's always lurking at Sector 87.
I know what Sector 87 is. I know what kind of bar that is.
And I think Commander Jace knows too.
Yep.
And also, no, it wasn't meant to be like that. It was a bit of a nod to Monty Python. Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I'll take that. So that's why I did.
Yeah.
It felt like that. Like, almost like stop motion animation. Next week, we'll be back to Casper Kelly crap. Oh.
So I guess he wrote the Booger episode.
Geek felt. I think he just left.
Yeah, I think he left. Okay.
I think he's been responsible for most of these.
Oh.
Which is why the comedy has been so
awkward,
far away from everything.
This episode was written by one of the Prodigy writers, I believe. So it probably explains why we got Zero and Rock Talk and Gwen in this one.
Yeah, this one was that. I think it was Aaron Waukee, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
he's answering that. He wrote all the Aaron's, so that it was Aaron's this one. So wow.
Yeah, Casper, his stuff is very surreal and maybe not the best fit for Star Trek. I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird.
I will agree with Jason. I think the one that I liked the most was the one with Spock having the holiday party.
Really?
Even that was this one was not that interesting to me. Like, because all it was nostalgia. I was like, here's this person, here's that person, here's this person. But the joke got old like right away, and it kept going.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree. I loved seeing the onions peeled back and not only acknowledging all of these wonderful characters from Trek's past, but also just roasting the hell out of These Are the Voyages.
Oh yeah, that's what the episode.
Yeah, that was really the best part. I think was that opening part, just doing that. But
it was like,
but then it just kept going, and it wasn't even really joking at that point. It was just, now let's put this guy in, now let's put this guy in. There really wasn't much of a joke anymore.
Yeah, they really.
But it was fun to see Quark, and it was fun to see George Takei return as Sulu. The only thing that really made me upset was the fact that they had animated Garrick and didn't get Andy Robinson back.
Oh yeah, that's right. He didn't say a word. He was just there.
He did not. He just slurped root beer, and that was it.
Oh man, yeah, that would have been amazing. We love.
But we had appearances from every generation of Star Trek in this one little special, and I thought it was great.
Yeah, definitely a high point.
I think we didn't get anything from. No, we did. We had Hemmer from Strange New Worlds. Never mind.
Hemmer was there. Yeah.
Bruce Horak will do anything, and I love that about him.
Yeah, I mean, he was generous enough to kind of hang out with us for an hour. So yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, he'll hang with any scum. It's great.
Hey, come on, man, we're not scum.
He's like Jesus that way.
He's not wrong. He's hung out with me too. So
yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I think we had so much fun this week. There's so much to unpack. We got to figure out what's behind this. Is it the whale species, the crustaceans, or something like that? Is it?
It's the crab people.
It's the crab people. Crab.
It's the butt bugs.
Is it the butt bugs?
They've got their hands up there. Captain. I'm Captain Freeman. That's why I'm so out of character.
Is it Peanut Hamper and Agamus, or is it the Breen?
And Badgie? It's Badgie too.
And Badgie. I keep forgetting about Badgie. Or is it the Breen? Like I thought. I think that would be interesting. We did see them briefly in last season, so maybe the Breen are plotting, and
they have randomly shown up in the opening sequence as well.
Yes,
sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not, which is kind of mysterious.
Yeah, so hopefully the Breen are there.
Could also be William Boimler.
Oh, I forgot about William.
Yeah, we haven't seen William this entire season, so it could be William in Section 31 shenanigans.
Yeah, instead of doing the Defiant, they are now in the Teardrop.
That makes sense too with the Agonizer theory.
Yeah, that does make sense. It does blend. All right, does anybody want to have any final thoughts?
I haven't had any first thoughts yet.
Oh, so have some first thoughts. Go for it.
I was just joking, but yeah, no.
I know.
I don't have any thoughts, as you can see.
My final thoughts is that the Pontiac Aztec was actually a very underrated vehicle.
So nothing about this episode of Lower Decks. Very well. I want to thank you again, Matt, for joining us here in the Captain's Quadrant.
Thank you guys for having me.
We know you are the mastermind behind Trek Untold, but tell people that may have not seen your show about your show.
All right. Well, Trek Untold is a weekly interview series. I was going to say interviewer, but no, that's my job. I'm the interviewer. It's a weekly Star Trek interview series where I talk to folks from all across the Star Trek universe, which includes actors, writers, stunt performers, behind the scenes crew, composers, VFX people, comic artists, book authors. Pretty much, if you've done anything in the world of Star Trek, I'm going to talk to you at some point. I will hunt you down. I will find you, and you will be on my show. And this past week, we actually just had another fellow podcaster joining us for the episode. We had Jeff Aiken from the Starfleet Leadership Academy podcast, and I'll give you guys a scoop for who's coming next week. In fact, next week, I will be having a rare interview with Leslie Hoffman. And she is a stunt woman who did Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Voyager. She was Roxanne Dawson's double. And she's got a lot of good stories to tell from Star Trek and a lot of others from beyond. And if you want to check out the show, it's available on all audio platforms. And it's also available on YouTube in video form at youtube.com/@trekuntold.
Yes. And we want to make sure to shout out our very special friend, you, Jason, and your show. Make sure you check out our friend Jason Roy Gaston channel at youtube.com/@Jason Gaston. And apparently there's a Australian man on your channel.
Yes, it has all of my adorable furry pets in that thumbnail right there.
So Jason is an adorable furry pet. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes. But come watch Attractive Jason and Other Jason. We talk all kinds of stupid things. It is where comedy goes to die.
Wow. Amazing. It's a lot of fun. You guys just did one of my favorite thriller / horror / sci-fi movies ever in the VHS vault, and that's The Thing. It's one of my favorites. Be sure to check out our friends at Pop Culture Spread, where they're talking about movie and streaming news. We've got your pet is back, your furry pet.
Yes. Isn't he adorable? If you scratch his belly, he purrs.
And our buddy Rick. That's Friday night at 6:30 p.m. in the US. It's Saturday in Australia, and that's at youtube.com/popculturespread. And of course, my other channel, To Be Seen. We're talking about horror movies. We're going to go see The Creator, and we're going to talk about that next week at 1 week later. So be sure to check that out. And that's going to wrap it up. We're a nice fine-tuned machine this week. I'm very glad.
Indeed. Very efficient. Lynn would be proud of us.
Yeah, we did the Vulcans proud. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, please do those wonderful YouTube things, and that is subscribe and give the show a like. It helps us so incrementally and monumentally, because your little thumb up and subscription sends it to somebody else and boosts the algorithm and gets other people there, and it explodes into a whole lot of people liking us because we're likable, and it's so much fun to hang out in the Captain's Quadrant. So until next time, be sure to subscribe, like, share, all those wonderful things. Check out our friend Matthew on Trek Untold, and we will be back next week live in the same place.